I was a skinny guy and this is what my physique looks like now, and in this video I'm gonna give you my advice for you if you've been lifting for a couple of months and you're still skinny. And if you learn from me, my premium program is in the description, so I've put a link there if you want to join. Now, let's do this. Step number one is going to be to diagnose, right? And because there are so many things that can hurt your progress and to stop you from achieving that physique, from bulking up, from growing muscle, I cannot say from the beginning, from the start, what is stopping you, all right? Because like I said, there are so many little things and big things and most important things and less important. I cannot tell you from the beginning what is stopping you. So to find out, I'll walk you through a checklist. So I've thought about this before scripting this video, and I've made a couple of items and that you need to respond to, and is going to help you on your own. So basically, after watching this video, you will know exactly what is stopping you. This is my promise to you. And if this is not happening after watching this video, then you cannot never watch me again. So you will know exactly what is holding you back and how to overcome it, right? I might put the link, the checklist in the description, but I don't know. So let's go first to the nutrition. This is the checklist for the nutrition. Number one. Did you eat around 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight? Or if you are in kilograms, 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, right? This is the first item. And by the way, you need to respond with either yes or no. And if at the end, for each item where you respond to no, then that is one thing that is stopping you from building your physique. So just so you know. So that is an important thing, because the protein is the building block of a muscle. So if you want to build a wall, you're going to need bricks. The bricks are the proteins. If you don't have bricks, you cannot build the wall, right? So that is the main thing. You need to provide enough protein. Next, let's say you do that right. Did you eat enough calories in these last months? Did you provide enough raw materials, right, to build the muscle? So a good guide for this and a good pace, healthy pace for you to bulk up is going to be to gain about half a pound per week. So if the scale didn't go up at all, that is an indication that you did not eat enough calories. So check that. Eat enough calories just to gain half a pound per week. That's it. That's the healthy pace that you can go for. Next, did you get most of your protein from high quality sources? And I don't see anyone talking about this, the quality of the protein. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to explain to you in a very simple way. So there are high quality protein sources and low quality protein sources. Now, a high quality protein source is going to have all 9 essential amino acids. There are 9 essential amino acids in a complete protein. If you eat a protein that has all these essential amino acids, then that protein is a complete protein. And that means that your body can digest that protein, break it down, and use it properly to build muscle. And then we have the other low quality protein sources, and these are going to be proteins that do not have all these essential amino acids. So that means, what are high quality protein sources? We have these are the highest qualities, the highest protein quality, or these are the highest ones, right? So we've got so these are the highest ones. We've got the protein in the eggs. So basically you eat eggs, whey protein, casein protein, and any protein in a lean meat. These are the most important ones, and these are all complete proteins, and you should focus on getting your protein from these sources. If you get your protein from pasta, from other stuff, veggies, all that stuff, it's not going to be optimal for your body to use that protein in order to build muscle. And next, did you eat in total snacks and meals to about 4 to 6 times a day? So in total, let's say you eat 3 meals and then you eat 2 more snacks, and that's going to make it in total 5 times a day, eating 5 times a day. Now, this is not a big thing that's going to hurt your progress, but If the thing is, when you eat, especially protein, you're gonna turn a process on that is turning protein into muscle. So if you go, let's say you eat only once a day or 2 times a day, and you go a lot of hours without eating, then in those periods, you're not gonna build muscle. So that's why we need to eat about 4, 5, 6 times a day in order to keep this process of building muscle elevated. That's the point there. Now, if you do all of these right, or let's say you responded yes to the first 3, and then you have, let's say you eat only 3 times a week, that's probably not stopping you from building your body, but it can be a thing that you need to look at, right? Maybe you can add one more snack or split one meal into 2, so you can add one more time that you eat in a day to make sure you optimize this. Now let's go to the training part. Here's the training checklist. So I'm gonna walk you through every single one. Did you have a good technique? Now I've put this in order, so that means the most important one that you can get right is to have a good technique. Good technique is a broad term, right? So that's why I'm going to explain to you right now what a good technique is. So a good technique is going to allow you to train and to target and to hit the muscle that you want to train. So if today I go to the gym and I want to train my chest, my goal is to train my chest today, but my technique is off and I don't feel my chest training at all, but I feel my triceps and my shoulders, then that is not a good technique for me, because the technique that I'm using is not allowing me to train my chest. So you can have all the things right. You can train your muscles twice per week. You can do progressive overload. You can do whatever you want. But if you do not hit the muscle that you want to train, meaning good technique, then you're not going to make progress. Because it's like, I want to train my chest. I do everything right. I train 2 times per week. I do progressive overload on point. I train close to failure, and all that stuff. I do the best exercises. However, my technique, let's say I do all of this right, but my technique is off. That means I don't hit my chest that well. I hit mostly my shoulders and my triceps. Then my chest is not going to get any growth. My chest is not going to grow. My shoulders are going to grow. My triceps are going to grow because I hit them more than the chest using that technique. So you can see only one thing is going to stop you, how one thing, good technique, can stop you from building your body. So have a good technique. Make sure when you train, you target the muscle and you feel the muscle that you want to train. That's very important. Number 2, did you do exercises that target the muscles that you want to grow? Another example. Let's say I want to train my chest again, but I do an exercise that is focused more on the shoulders. Then that's not a good exercise for me to train my chest, right? Because it focuses more on the shoulders. Number 3, did you progress by sets, reps, and load? And this is basically, did you implement progressive overload, the principle of progressive overload? Now, if from week to week you do not progress in a way or another, then your body does not have a reason to grow, right? If you stick to the same weights, the same reps, the same load, you say, yeah, this is my weight. No, you cannot do that, because then you do not give your body a reason to grow. So it won't grow. You need to either add 1 set from week to week, add 1 to 2 reps from week to week, or add 1 to 2 kilograms from week to week. This way you give your body a reason to grow. And let's say you cannot add all of these. Let's say you have a lot of sets. You cannot add reps, you cannot add load. Then what to do? Then you focus on technique, the most important thing. You train slower, you try to feel the muscle, you try to connect, mind muscle connection, right? Then, did you train with high intensity? That means close to failure or to failure. Because if you do not reach failure, then again, you do not give your body a reason to grow. Your body needs to say, all right, this person needs to lift this weight. And at the moment I fail. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grow the muscles so this person can lift this weight further and further. So it doesn't die, right? Next, did you do enough volume? And when you talk about volume, we generally talk about the sets. So basically 10 to 20 sets per muscle per week. If you just do that right and you follow the things above, you're good. Did you train the muscles 2 times per week? Right? So this is not that important because I'm going to explain to you why. You can do good technique, the best exercises, progress, train with high intensity, have the right volume, and train the muscles only once a week, and you're going to see progress. Slower progress, but you're still going to see progress. That's why this is not that important, but you can still have a better progress if you train your muscles twice per week. So going from one time per week to 2 times per week is going to have a good impact on your progress. And then the last one, did you start every set mostly recovered? So that means that refers to the resting period between every single set. So if you start the set, let's say you finish the set, your heart rate is up, your muscles are pumped, you're fatigued, they burn, and then you rest 10-20 seconds and you start the next set again, you're not gonna have an optimal input. If you do not have a good input, the output is not gonna be that good either. So you need to fully recover until you hit again, until you do another set. How long should you rest? It depends from person to person, how hard you push. I would say a good guide is going to be make sure your heart rate is down. Your muscles are not that pumped. They're not that fatigued. They do not burn. So I would say when you feel ready, when you literally feel ready, go to the next set again. For most people are going to be, let's say, 2 minutes. For some, 1 minute, 3 minutes, depending on your cardiovascular system as well. So do not focus on the time. Focus on actually feeling ready to do another set again. Now, the last part is going to be recovery. So for the recovery, I only have for you one item. So this is going to be, did you train with fully recovered muscles? So I can give you 2 examples here. On one day, I'm going to go train my chest, and my chest is fully recovered, it's fresh, it's ready to hit again. I'm going to push hard. I'm going to have a very high input. That means a very good output. And the other example, I go to the gym trying to train my chest, but my chest is not fully covered. It's still sore. It's still stiff. I'm not going to have a great input. That means I'm not going to have a great output. So you can see here, I'm not telling you, okay, how many rest days should you have a week? I'm telling you to structure your workout in a way that when you train the muscle again, is fully recovered. So in a more practical example, let's say I train my chest Monday. I'm not going to train my chest again on Tuesday, the next day, and probably not even on Wednesday because it's still not fully recovered. The best way is going to be probably on Thursday or Friday when it's fresh to hit again, right? So that's it. Now, all you have to do right now, step 2, is to fix. So go back to the checklist and find the items where your answers was no. That means that you need to focus more on that thing. Another thing I would also say, if, like, I've put the items in order from the most important to the least important. So if your answer was no to the last items, I wouldn't say it's a big thing, but it's worth looking into, right? But if for the first item your response was no, then that's the most important item that you need to fix. So go check that right away. And I promise to you, you are going to start, if you start working on these things, you will start to grow. I promise to you. Because these are the most important things. Like, not I wouldn't say the basics, right? It's a bit of some advanced information here. But if you just try to fix this, you are going to grow no matter what. And one more thing for you. Why don't you just join my program? I'm telling you right now, I've updated the program, the entire program. There are more meal plans, more workout routines, more information. It's better. I've added a bunch of bonuses. And here's the thing. If you liked these videos and you are constantly following me and you're constantly watching my videos, I know that you're serious about this. And I've made this program and I truly believe that this is going to help you and you're going to love it, right? So there's no reason for you not to join the program, because you're also going to chat with me back and forward. I'm going to also help you personally one-on-one. And the guys that have already got into the program, they're loving it so far. So because I've put in there my best tips, my best information, my best knowledge, all the knowledge that I have. So basically you get access to all my brain, right? So that means you're going to make faster progress. And anytime that you need any support, anything, you just message me and I'm going to be there, right? So I've put the link in there. If you want to join, go check it out right now.